What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a great start of the year and are going full force on your goals for 2020. I know that a main goal that many people have at the start of the year is to read more great life-changing books. So let's start 2020 with a bang with 10 great books that might help you crush your goals on 2020. This list is in no particular order and you can read them as you please. And let's get started. Number 1. Mastery by Robert Greene. This incredible book helps us become world-class performers in any area that we are passionate about. The principles in this book are universal principles of mastery, whether you want to become the next Olympic swim champion or want to become a world-class filmmaker. This book teaches you exactly what it takes to become one of the best in the world at the craft that you are passionate about. This is a great book to get the year started because it not only gets you motivated to crush it on 2020, but it gives you a real perspective of just what it takes to be the best in the world, and an actual framework to begin your journey on becoming the best at what you do. Number 2. Unshakable by Tony Robbins. This groundbreaking book teaches you how to navigate your financial life, not only physically, materialistically, but also emotionally. As Tony teaches in the book, emotions are, in many cases, one of the biggest downfalls of people's financial life, but can also be a great asset for a successful financial life. This book gives you a great insight on the financial world, and it even uncovers one of the biggest legal scams in the investment world that up to 95% of American investors fall victim to, and how to avoid it. For this book, Tony Robbins interviewed 50 of the biggest financial investors in the world to break down their strategies for anyone to follow. Whether you are already an investor, but even if you aren't, this book will give you the exact strategies you can use to start investing to, first, lower your risk while creating a great financial life for yourself. This book helps you break down your own unique financial and life goals and helps you come up with an investing strategy that is right for you. As we know here in the Betterment Project, investing is an important part of our financial life, and this book is an incredible tool to help us create a successful financial life. Number 3. The Steve Jobs Biography by Walter Isaacson. I consider biographies to be a great way not only to understand how empires were built, but also to understand the mind of the great men and women who built it. And what a better way to start the new year than to understand the modern empire of the Apple company and the complex balance between chaos and passion, from the founder starting Apple in a garage to building one of the biggest companies in the world. We also get an insight of who Steve Jobs was as a person, from his never-ending pursuit to making an impact in the world to his complete disregard of the status quo. We get an insight to his mind that can't be found anywhere else. The author, Isaacson, personally spent time with Steve while doing deeper research with those who came in contact with him, giving a complete look at the mind of Steve Jobs from both inside of his own life and the perception of those around him. This is an incredibly inspirational story that not only gives us the story of Apple, but the attitude that it took to build it into the massive empire that Apple is today. Number 4. The Way of the Seal by Mark Divine. This book gives us an insight on the discipline, the focus, the physical and the mental resilience that former Navy SEAL commander and author Mark Divine used to become a top-ranked trainee and commander, and to later create a nationwide training regiment for Navy SEALs. Mark Divine used the same principles he used in his military career to build multiple multi-million-dollar companies, and now he shares them in his book, The Way of the SEAL. In this book, you get an understanding of the SEAL's famous motto: when you think you're done, you're only 40% done. Number 5. 1000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly. Now, this is not really a book per se, it's more of a quick read article, but I thought to include it in this list due to the massive value it provides. The main premise of the 1000 True Fans is that you don't need hundreds of thousands or a million followers to build an incredible business with a good income. All you need is 1,000 true fans that will be with you throughout your journey. Imagine having just 1,000 people, not 10,000 or a million, just 1,000 people that you will deliver massive value to, and you only charge them $100 for the entire year. Not 1,000, not 5,000, just $100 per year. If you do the math, you'll be able to make a 6-figure income per year with just 1,000 true fans. And this concept is very applicable to today's internet world, where it is easier than ever to reach and impact people using the world of social media. Number 6. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. This is a bold book that has helped many people value their own self and let go of many of those things that aren't really useful to them. This book challenges our perspective of what we think is important to help us stop wasting energy on things that actually don't matter and allow us to focus on what is important to us. This can be a challenging book because it encourages you to challenge your own beliefs and create a different perspective of how you see the world around you. See, many people are afraid of doing certain things because it threatens their identity. But what if we start challenging where this identity came from in the first place and begin seeing the world in a different way? This can help us create an updated version of ourselves that makes us happier and more aligned with our goals and with who we really want to be. Number 7. The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. This book is a game changer. If you want to develop great habits while stopping those that are no longer serving you, this might be the book to read. Charles Duhigg doesn't just give you tips to build new habits, he breaks down to the detail the psychology of how habits are formed in a very easy way to understand. Not only that, but he explains how to hack habits to use your old habits as a springboard to strengthen new habits. By the end of this book, you will not only walk away with a good idea of how to change habits, but with a good understanding of human psychology. Number 8. Awaken, the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. This book explores the psychology of human achievement by helping us understand our own behaviors, motives, and emotions, and how to use them to achieve our goals in different areas of our life, whether that is financially, physically, or in our relationships. This book was published in 1991, but the knowledge in this book still holds true to this day, so I highly recommend giving it a read. Number 9. The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. This goes down as one of my favorite books for understanding the difference between masculine and feminine personalities and how we can understand each other. Because as we know, the masculine and feminine can have different perspectives on one thing. This book focuses on men understanding their own masculinity in different parts of their life, from work and the hunger to achieve to creating healthy relationships with a feminine person. And number 10, Psychocybernetics. One of the biggest influencers of our own success or failure is the way we see ourselves. Our self-image dictates our beliefs, which dictate our behaviors, which create our results. In the book Psychocybernetics, we learn to understand our own self-image and where it came from. Because in many cases, our self-image was made out of our own interpretation of past experience and even other people's behaviors towards us, especially as kids. This book helps us look back at our life and see what parts of our self-image are not aligned with who we really want to be. And it teaches us how we can modify this old programming and reinterpret those experiences to update our self-image to align with who we want to become. Now, these are 10 life-changing books I highly recommend for 2020. Now, I know that a big goal for many people in 2020 is to read more great life-changing books to expand their knowledge and achieve their financial and life goals. But I know that a lot of you guys are in your hustle and sometimes you don't have that much time to read a whole book, much less 10. So that is why I partnered with Blinkist as the sponsor of this video, which allows you to consume a book in less than 20 minutes. Blinkist is for anyone who cares about learning but doesn't have a lot of time. Blinkist takes the key insights from over 3,000 nonfiction bestsellers in over 27 categories and gathers them together in 15-minute reads. Now, the best part is that you could read if you're more of a reader, but they also have audio explainers that help you understand more about the core ideas. And since it's on your phone, you can take it anywhere. You can consume a book on your way to work or while going to the gym and working out, even if you're flying, because you can download it and listen to it offline. The reason why I personally like Blinkist is because it's so simple to use. All you have to do is open the app, search for the book you want, and that's it. You'll be reading or listening in less than 20 seconds. You can also build your own library with books in your reading list, and even get recommended titles personalized just for you. And now I was able to get 100 of you guys a whole week of Blinkist absolutely free when you click in the link in the description of this video. There'll be enough time to go through all the books in this list, and if you guys decide to keep learning with Blinkist, I will also throw in 25% off your full membership. So to claim your free 7-day access, make sure to click in the link in the description of this video and start your 2020 on the right track. And I will see you in the next video.